All right, so I'm here on Center Street, and I want to start with just a quick view outside because the inside I think you're really going to like, but the deal breaker here may be proximity of neighbors. You are technically in the city limits of Bristol, although you're kind of on the edge of the city limits, so you feel a little out in the country, but it's definitely a neighborhood. It's a very pretty neighborhood, but you can see like this driveway, neighbor's house. And I know you were really looking for something that had a little more separation than that. So if that's a deal breaker for you, I wanted to show you that early in this video before we move on. If you want to stop now, stop now. But the house, entryway one, love the door. Looks new, fresh. And you come into this, I don't even know what you call this area. You could definitely do like a sitting room here. You could do your office here. Lots of possibilities. So you've got these closets that are way deeper than what you would expect. That does seem to be cedar. Like this is cedar, I think. I would want to verify that. But you can see like these are those standard shelves that you get at Lowe's, like the wire mesh closet shelves. And you can see you still have plenty of room, probably another 3 feet. So that closet's probably a good 4 to 5 feet deep. And then you have another twin of it right here. You can tell how deep it is on this side because you've got your water heater and you've got your washer and dryer. I do need to verify that these would come with the purchase, but I do think that they come with. That closet needs, I would change how that's done, but there's nothing broken about it. It's just a little hard to deal with because it's out of the track. It doesn't have a, like that one has a thing that keeps it in the track and this one doesn't. This door will take you out to your backyard, which again, if proximity to neighbors is a deal breaker, go ahead and cut her off now. We'll do a little outside tour on a separate video though. Okay. Get this door locked back. That door is a little difficult. I've got it locked, but I did have to push kind of with my hip while I was trying to lock it to get it all cinched in there. This space here does appear that it was like one time a porch that they have included in the house. This light does not have a light switch, but it does have the pull cord for functionality. Just a little heads up on that. And then you've got some breakers right here. Tiny bit of a roll to the floor right there, but again, I feel like this was at one time a porch that they've now included in the square footage. And I didn't really see, there may be some slight unevenness throughout the rest of the house, but nothing significant. I would definitely always recommend a home inspection when you're purchasing to check for things like that and to check for structural issues, you know, and all those things. So this is your eating kitchen area, or you could, I guess, probably call it an open concept dining room kitchen. Not a huge kitchen, but a well done kitchen. So your cabinetry is a little limited, as is your countertop space. I'm going to zoom backwards so you can kind of get a better idea. You know, you don't have a lot of cabinet space, not a lot of counter space. You've got a little prep space here next to the stove. And you've got some larger cabinets there that you could do your cookware in, or your pantry, you know, like your dry goods and stuff. The cabinetry seems to be pretty quality. seems to be in good working condition. You do have a garbage disposal there. You are on city water and city septic, so you don't have to worry about, like, you know, on a septic tank you really shouldn't use a garbage disposal and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about that here. I do like the undermounted sink. It looks like maybe it's time to recaulk, but that's just a maintenance thing that, you know, you have to do every so often anyway. So in this part of the house, you got options. You can head on down straight back, and there's like a patio area out there, or you can come on through to the other living room area. It's a larger space. You've got the built-in bookshelf over here that's fantastic. You can tell that they have painted some paneling, but it's not like that cheap. It's more like wood walls. It's not cheap paneling. You just do have that textured look to the wall. Underfoot, I have failed to mention, you do have a laminate flooring, but it's a higher quality look laminate flooring. It does not look cheap at all. From here I can see just a little slope that way in the floor. Nothing significant. Again, do a home inspection. All right, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So over here we have our HVAC intake and our thermostat. Well, you can't see anything because it's reflecting. There you go. So you've got a digital thermostat there to control the temperature. That says it's 74 degrees in this house. It does not feel 74 degrees in this house. It's very comfortable. On out this way, you have what, again, I think was a different porch, where you can also come into the house. There are a lot of doors in this house, which makes me think that at one point it was maybe a duplex. So again, door, you can see you got a little entryway here, got a little more space to the driveway. It's just 2 steps up to get in. That being the chimney, again, makes me feel like this little area was at one point a porch. These windows are fantastic. You could do all kinds of like natural light in here if you wanted to do your office in here. I don't know how big of a workspace you really want. And then you have probably, this is the largest bedroom. It's painted paneling, I think. They did do like this texture, so it may be drywall under there, but they may have just done texture over paneling. This wall does look like drywall. So that's, you know, that's a question mark, but it looks nice. Like it's a good quality finish. Your ceiling in here is not drywall. It is that, I call it cardboard. It's not actually cardboard, but it's those ceiling tiles, not like drop tiles, that they did on ceilings. Throughout the rest of the house, or most of the rest of the house, it is traditional drywall with a textured kind of stamp. Again, you've got good natural light. They've got it blocked off. You've got a window there and this window here. They did this textured paneling stuff, not paneling, textured vinyl on the window so they could let more light in and still people couldn't see in. I love this little built-in here vanity area for, you know, doing hair and makeup and whatnot, since it's a one bathroom home. The closet in here is huge. The downfall that I see is that there's not a light, but that's just a personal preference for me. Lots of storage. Lots and lots of storage. All right, so now you have a door that goes into the next bedroom, but you also can access this bedroom from the other way. So you could like permanently shut and lock this door and not have to like have a pass-through bedroom. So in this room you have a window that looks out onto the enclosed back patio. They put like a privacy fence. I'm wondering if maybe they had like a hot tub there at one point or something. In this bedroom, you also have the older style ceiling, but you have drywall. And then in this closet, which is a little stubborn to come open, I got it open earlier, but I can't get it open now. No, there's a closet back there. Then you come on around, and again, this is that hallway we could see from the dining room that leads to the back. You've got another area here that's potential. Looks like they were using it for an office. That looks like your broadband internet junction box, whatever you call that. So you do have great internet options here. And then the bathroom is fantastic in size. You do have a couple of storage closets that are super deep. Room for your cleaning supplies. And the shower. Obviously you don't have a bathtub, but it is nice and accessible. And it has this built-in chair. Built-in storage. You've got the wand. You've got the handicap bar. You would want to ensure that those are properly installed. But again, that's just, checking to make sure there's a stud behind them and that, that they were properly installed. You've got a grab bar here as well. Let's see, take a look under the sink. Everything looks good there. No obvious mold. Nothing crazy. You got room behind the door for your towels. This is a good sized bathroom. I know the downfall of this house is there is only one bathroom. So that brings us back around to the kitchen and that front entryway. So that gives you an idea of what this house has to offer. I think it's a great option. I do think it's going to bring $175. I don't think that they would take us, like a different offer. I think this one is going to sell for what they have it listed for, if not more. But it's definitely something I think is worth your time to explore if you don't mind the proximity of the neighbors. So I'm going to do another video from outside to give you an idea of what's going on there.